I'm telling you once again, social media has a way of bringing good people together for good things. When it is used in the proper form, right? This is
That's
Willie. There's Patrice. Wait a minute. Am I doing that right? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There's Patrice. And we've got a special guest down below. You can't see her just yet, but I will tell you this, Patrice. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you doing today, Patrice?
I'm doing great.
That's good. That's good. Um, Thank you for asking. I'm doing okay too.
Yeah, that part.
All right. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube through the big homie. Rest in peace, Darion. YouTube channel, Instagram TV. We see you guys out there watching. And of course,
Twitter.
Twitter. All right. So our guest today is a tremendous life coach. She is very big into spiritual healing. She is a CEO in the mom department because she is just that. She's a wonderful mom. And she is our new family member. And I am talking about Coach Christianne. Guess what else she is, babe?
What is she?
TikTok famous.
Oh,
She is TikTok famous. So everybody out there that's going to be seeing this on TikTok, make sure y'all go and follow her. We'll get all her information here in just a minute. We're going to bring her on the stage in about maybe 45 seconds. However, there is something that we have to do first, and I think you guys know what it is. So here we go.
And how does that really impact what you look for, how you look for it, what you accept, what you don't accept, how you blend, and how you don't blend?
Yeah.
Five. All right.
Every time I see that intro, I get chills in my spine because we're just living life, right?
just living life.
Just living life. And speaking of life, we got to go ahead and bring her in. But before we do that, we need you guys to do a couple things as usual. Number one, we need you to, well, first of all, welcome. And then, of course, subscribe. And then thumbs up. And then hit the bell for all new contact. All right, enough humor. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Here she is, Coach Christianne. What's going on, lady?
Hello. TikTok famous is a little crazy, just a little bit.
Nah.
But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yes, you have to accept the glory when it is thrown your way. That is something that we learned a long time ago.
That's true. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, well,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Thank
I'm
you
so
for
excited.
taking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just really, really excited.
Yeah, and we're excited as well. Thank you first of all for taking time out of your busy schedule to link up with us. I know we had been talking about this for a while, so here we are.
Mhm.
And we are very excited to talk to you and really get what's going on with Christianne. So I think we need to go ahead and get started, babe. What about you?
Okay, let's get started. I want to know, tell us a little something about you, Christianne, and also tell us something little to no one may know about you.
Okay.
Give us the tea.
Okay. So apparently I'm TikTok famous. But that I'm really, really grateful for TikTok because I learned so much from that. Like you were saying earlier, like social media, when done right, you can create a business from there. You can meet family off of like people that become your family. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, I basically started off of I was a recovery coach for about 5 years. And I realized that I was using more life coaching tactics more than just recovery, because when you're in recovery, you have to like start everything over from scratch again, right? So it's basically life coaching as well. So I kind of put the two together, but that was more after the TikTok stuff. You know what I mean? Like I learned a lot about people and what they need. And I don't know, it was just really cool. A fun fact, guys, I've always been like a dreamer. I've been a dreamer. So like my whole life. So basically I wanted to sing, dance, act, all of the above. But yeah, kind of life had a different way to go, I guess. I don't know.
It happens.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
No,
But
you're fine. You're great. You're doing
So
great.
am I. So am I.
just a little bit.
I'm a lot
But yeah,
nervous.
life had a different
A different path.
a different plan for me.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I grew up kind of like in a rough place, and I needed this kind of, the coach I am today, I kind of needed for myself when I was young. So I kind of look at it like I'm the coach for myself as well. I'm still learning things too, which is awesome. You know, as I continue this path, I'm still growing as well. So it's fun. I love it.
That's awesome. Awesome. We
Yeah.
always want to be the coach that we always needed.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I think for those of us that are in this coaching business, and once we start learning different things that we obviously never knew before, that seems to be the sentiment of a lot of coaches when they make that statement. You know, if I would have had this service or this particular avenue before now, I definitely would have been one that would have sought that service, and then of course would have paid for it. And I think that is one of the most, I guess that's one of the most one of the best compliments you can pay yourself,
Yeah.
in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know about this. You say you grew up in a rough place. I want to know about that. Tell me about that, or tell us about that rather.
Well, I'm from Boston, but I grew up in the Lynn area in Massachusetts, so it was a little rough. I mean, the schools were a little crazy. I got into a lot of fights, but I also grew up in a dysfunctional family. Okay, so like I've been through a lot of trauma. I don't even know if I can talk about this on here, but like drug use, a lot of things.
Hold on. You could talk about whatever you want to talk about, and anything
Okay.
that you think is going to encourage somebody else. That's what this is all about.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was very rough. My dad wasn't around. He took off when I was little. I had a stepfather, but he was like a heavy drug user and a lot of abuse, a lot of things like that. So I grew up pretty rough.
Mhm.
And I didn't have like positive role models to look up to, you know, like my mom was there, but she had to work. She was the one that needed to work. So it was rough, but I mean, I got through it. And I am who I am today because of it. And I can't be mad at it. And that's why I am a good coach, because I have empathy and compassion for people that grew up similar, you know.
Right.
It was rough, but I think the way I kind of got through it was being the dreamer, which kind of ties back into the fun fact thing, right? Like singing, dancing, all that stuff was my escape. So I would like go in my room and dance around and go outside, and you know, that was my escape from it.
And she can sing, y'all.
Oh, okay.
I just posted new videos today. You know?
Okay, so yeah, we'll make sure we check that out. So
yeah, we need your handle so we could all see.
yeah, we'll get that. We'll get. Well, I'll let her say it. I just think it's one of the funniest handles I've ever seen. But I'll let her. I'll let her give that at the end. So we're very good. And again, this space is for exactly that. The reason why Don't Jump it was created was for people like us that have had those traumas and need and desire and really want to have a platform to not only just get it out for yourself or for ourselves, but the ultimate goal is to encourage and empower other people that they're not alone, they're not by themselves. And that's that we all know that is a scheme of the enemy. Okay, I got a question. Can I ask a question now?
Go for it.
Never. I'm just kidding.
I actually think you really answered it already, because the next question was, what are you most passionate about coaching? And you said it already. But what is the thing that was so influential, or a person, or it could have been an event or whatever, that really drove you to become a coach?
I would say there's a few things, like, for instance, my family, my son, of course, but when I actually like thought about it deeper, I think I would say it was my 2 coaches that I had when I got into recovery, like active recovery about 12 years ago. I had a recovery coach, and then I don't know what her title is. I'm sorry, but I want to say she was like a resource. Like she gave me all the resources I need. I don't know what you would call that, but I think she's a coach too. But those 2 women, shout out Wanda and Liz.
Shout out Wanda and Liz.
They were amazing. And like, they taught me so much, and like who I wanted to be as a coach. Cause I kind of knew back then I wanted to be a coach, but I felt like I was like a hypocrite trying to get into it as I was in recovery. I'm like, I can't do this right now. I got to wait until I'm at least like a couple of years under, or whatever, months under the belt. But I didn't actively get into coaching until like 5 years into recovery. Because I wanted to make sure, I think you're not even supposed to go into recovery, into coaching until 1 year. Because you want to make sure that, you have all the right things down pat.
Right. But, like you said, lots of people, who isn't traumatized throughout life? I don't know anybody that I can name who comes through life and doesn't have a story. I think we all have a story.
It's rough, guys.
We all had to go through something, and it's about building your way out of it. And once you have done that, share that information with other people so they can get out of it too.
Absolutely.
No diggity, no doubt. And shout out to Blackstreet, Dr. Dre, and all the rest. Okay, so I was gonna piggyback on that, and what the spirit is speaking to me as you were saying those things, because he being Jesus does not call the qualified, he qualifies the called.
I love that.
So it is like getting on an airplane, right? And you ask the pilot, hey man, how many hours you got behind this thing? And he looks at his watch and says, yeah, it's about 4 o'clock. You're gonna get off the plane. So you want somebody that has been through something in order to be able to help them, or make them feel comfortable and confident in your ability to help them. And that, I think what Patrice said is 100% spot on, because we all have that. It's just a matter of who's brave enough to share it. And that's why we're here, to let people know that you can be brave enough to share it. And there's no condemnation. There's no shame. There's no judgment. There's not any of that. We all got a story. I could tell y'all a bunch of stories, and the show will stop right there for the next hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
We all have stories.
They say that coaches, like they've gone through the hardest parts of their life. And like you said, it takes bravery to be able to help others through it. And it also I feel like what it does for me, it makes me feel so good in my purpose too. Like that I didn't go through all those things for nothing. I went through those things to be able to help others. And that's an amazing thing. And it makes you feel, I don't know, really strong in your purpose.
Shout out to Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Happy Wednesday. Hey, everyone, always checking in through the big homie DH Impact's YouTube channel. I keep saying rest in peace, Darion, because I miss you so much. And that's a story in itself. That is a complete story in itself. All right, babe, you want to go on to the next question, or do you want me to ask it?
You ask the next question.
You want me to ask the next question? Okay. Name, or it's not even a question, it is a statement. So name a challenging moment in your life that made you say to yourself, sis, don't jump.
Ooh, this one was a little rough. This one was a little hard, but you know what? It's about shadow work. This is shadow work for me, guys. So I'm all about it. Let's see. I would say my personal story, like my whole story. And I also write, guys. I've been writing a book about my life, because it's like a movie. It's a little crazy. Just a little crazy. But yeah, no, I'd say like my own story. And my mom's story. Like generational trauma too. Like I feel like it's been passed on for forever. And I finally feel like in my family, I'm going to be the one that kind of cuts it off. Like, the trauma anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Because
So
we need a brave, every family needs that one brave person to decide, okay, no more.
Yeah.
And the more, and actually for myself, I found that the more you talk about your trauma, the more you win. The more
Very true.
you, I think it's winning for me, because when you leave it in the dark, nothing good grows from the dark
but mold.
in that manner.
Yep.
And so the more you
Trauma.
talk about it, the more you're winning against that thing that, wants to hold you behind and hold you back.
Right. Yeah. You
Yeah,
become
but
brave.
and when you said nothing grows in the dark, there's one thing that grows in the dark, and that's mold. But that's another story for another show.
Who wants
Well,
mold?
that's never good.
We don't like mold.
Yeah, never good for mold.
But it really goes back to what we just said about not being qualified when you're called, but being not being qualified when you call, but when you're called, you become qualified. I think, and me and Patrice have talked about this a myriad of times, because our relationship is one that people can mirror what to do, but more importantly, what not to do. So we like to say this, or I like to say it's Guns and Roses. But I think for you, what I'm hearing is you have never allowed your lows to be higher than your highs. Does that make any sense?
And you can find, the thing is, I like to tell people, is you can find something positive in your darkest moment. Did you learn something? Did you learn something? Even though, yeah, when you look at it, when you talk about it, it is very negative. It seems negative, right? But I think what it is that we look at the negative more. Well, some people, not everybody, but some people look, or it feels more important. It feels, I don't know, I think it feels more prominent than the positive stuff. But then when you look at it later on, I think when you get older is when it changes, and you're like, oh, well, I think I learned something from that though, and I can apply it to everyday, like my everyday life, and become better from it. That's what shadow work is though. Like, it really is that.
When you say, okay, so let me get some understanding. You say, because I've heard you say it a couple times, shadow work. Explain.
So shadow work is basically what we've just been talking about. So it's like so your shadow self is the self that you needed to be to get through like the traumatic times, that darker version of yourself that we all have, that we all kind of push down sometimes because of the shame, or it's more negative than it is positive. So we kind of push it off and pretend to be like sunshiny all day. But no one is like that all the time. We have that side, but it's there for a reason. And when we learn how to heal that side is when you become a whole person, when you're not ashamed of it anymore. And you know that you kind of give yourself grace and be like, hey, I had to be that in that moment. It's not who I am. It's not fully me, but it's still there, and it'll always be there. If you keep pushing it down, like you said, when nothing good grows in the dark, right? Same with the shadow. It's more spiritual than it is really anything, but I'm going to be doing more videos, more content about it, so everyone can learn, because it is exciting. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's empowering when you figure that out,
Yeah, it sounds like that shadow person is the person you don't want others to see.
Exactly.
Because you're embarrassed about it.
And that kind of ties into masking too. Like when we mask, it's like we're putting on a mask. We're not showing the shadow side. We're only showing the positive, light, bubbly side. But we all have it. So like, why are we ashamed of it? And that too ties into recovery work, because there's a lot of shame with recovery as well.
Right.
Well, it's kind of like the stages of grief, and everybody's stages, or each individual stage of grief, everybody's is different. Nobody has the same time frame in which they go through each stage.
Right.
So when you talk about the shadow portion of it, it's exhausting as one that has had to live a double life like that, quote unquote double life like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think that for me, it stemmed from low self-esteem. And also it came from we only know what we know, so when in a family setting or with your parents, they only teach us what they know, and sometimes it's all good, but a lot of times it could be not so good. And for me, um having to pretend, for the lack of a better word, pretend like I'm good all the time. Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking about it. I want to take a nap.
Yeah. It's exhausting because you're putting on an act. You're not really letting people see you're hurt. And lots of people are hurt and they think they're in it by themselves. But there's people out there to help you and to coach you through it and to talk to you and let you know that how you feel is normal and it's okay. But you can move out of it. You don't have to stay in that dark space.
Absolutely. It's very lonely too. It's isolating, especially when you have to pretend. Who wants to live like that? You want to live authentically. You don't want to live pretending. It's not where it is, guys. It's not.
That's when we see people, especially on like TikTok and or on any other social media platform, and you see people and you think that they have the best life, they're living the dream, and then all of a sudden, mental health comes in and they're no longer here, and you wonder, well, why did they do that? They seem like they had the perfect life. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about, is that they present as though everything's okay, and they push back the things that really are at the forefront of their minds, and they can't handle it. And we don't want people to walk into spaces thinking that everything's going to be okay all the time.
Yeah, and that brings up another question that is actually not on the script.
Oh, off script. Okay. I'm ready.
Christianne, do you think, or is it of your professional opinion, that people who have displayed that type of quote unquote personality, does it stem from them thinking or feeling as though no one would understand, no one would want to talk to them, no one would want to hear from them, so they feel so alone that they do some unthinkable things?
You know what I think it really is? I think people mask online because they don't, and I can say this from my own personal experience. I don't want to, because I'm spiritual, I don't want to come online when I'm feeling negative or talking about negative things, because I mean, I've outgrown this, but I don't want people to, I don't want to spread negativity. I want to spread positivity. So when I come online, I try to make sure that I am in a positive space, right? But there are people that come on that are in a negative space and they don't even realize that they're pushing the negativity out there, but they are. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think we need to look at negative emotions and normalize them and not be like, oh, they're in a negative space, so they're going to get on me. Like, but I've been in that headspace, so I understand that. But I think, and also people like to mask because it's more comfortable. I think they don't want to talk about it. There's a lot of shame. Yeah, there's a lot of shame that comes along with trauma and things of that nature. Like we don't really hear many people talk about it, but it's important. It's so important. Or people just like to see a fantasized version of the creators that they watch. They just want to see them be happy. Maybe they don't want to see the negative stuff.
So let me ask you another off the script question. Why TikTok? Why do you feel TikTok was the landing page for you to do what you do instead of any of the other platforms?
I'm glad you asked that question, because it sounds a little crazy, but bear with me. Okay. So
we like crazy.
This happened on accident. It happened on accident. So I was actually going through like one of my most depressive moments I've ever had. And I was sitting in my apartment and I'm like, what do I do next, God? What do I do next? I don't know what to do. I lost my job. I lost everything, my car, everything. Well, I lost my car first, then I lost the job. But I literally like fell to my knees and asked God for help. And I saw my TikTok thing and it was just like, go live. And I was like, wait, I can't go live though. I only have 300 followers. How can I go live? You needed 1,000 in that moment at that point in time. So I don't know what happened, but I was able to go live that day. And then ever since then, I believe in divine intervention. I think that's what happened. Like it was just, it allowed me to go live. And I was just like, I found community. I found really good friends. I found my passion. It's beautiful. And it's only been like 6 months, 7 months, if that. And I went from like 300 followers or 200 followers to like 4,000 almost. I'm like, within a few months, I'm like, okay.
TikTok famous.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Just think all the people that you're helping with, you know, talking to them and letting them know that the space is okay. So the community that you're building is the community of helping each other.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. I'm so blessed.
That's how we met. And I don't remember what it was because I was, you know what? I think I do remember. There's another creator on TikTok that had given me some advice on what I needed to do to be able to go live on TikTok. And like you said, Christianne, I thought it was for me, I thought it was 1,000 followers. But turns out it's only 300 at this point. So
yeah, they changed it now too. Cause I swear I never saw the go live option at the bottom of the screen ever. And then I don't know, something told me to do it and I did it. I listened.
I want to put this on the screen because I think it resonates to what you said about being uncomfortable. So I'm gonna put this on the screen, and Patrice and Christianne, just take a look at it and tell everybody what you think.
Okay.
Do you want us to read it or are you gonna read it?
I want y'all to read it.
I'm a little blind, so
the destiny that awaits us will require us to be comfortable with the uncomfortable while we thrive in the unfamiliar.
I love that. I love that.
You see, and this is this circles back to what I was talking about earlier about not being qualified. You think this dude on this picture and whatever I was thinking about at that time is qualified? Absolutely not. But we were standing on the beach in Half Moon Bay, California. And my wife does a tremendous job with capturing photos when people are least expecting it. And even at times where you don't want your picture taken, she's doing it.
I do that too.
Yeah. So I guess it's a mom thing, right? So
no, that's creativity.
Yeah, it's creativity. Get with it.
So on that particular day, I was having memories of being there as a child because I grew up the first part of my life in the Bay Area. And when we went there, it was all about me showing the family the foundation of what made me what I am. And as I was standing on that beach, he just said this. And I said, you know what? You all right, God. That's pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can use this to encourage other people. And that's one of my favorite quotes for real.
I love it. Yeah, it's true. It's like the unfamiliar. It's scary too. And it feels uncomfortable. It feels like very uncomfortable because you're not used to it. But that's where, I don't know. That's where all the good things lie, is in the unfamiliar.
And that's where you need to be.
Yeah, because we don't want stagnancy either. We don't want to stay still. We need to keep going, keep moving forward.
100. That's why she is, say it with me, Patrice,
TikTok famous. I'm gonna subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I was telling Patrice earlier, Christianne, that you do a lot of lives and you have different people on with you. And then I actually saw that you were live and I hit double tap the screen to watch. And you came on and said, "Hey, Coach Willie's here. Coach Willie, do you have anything to say?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm laying in the bed right now. This ain't a good time."
Coach, come on up. He's like, "No, not right."
See, that's his unfamiliar. You have to thrive in your unfamiliar.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. That's the manifestation. That is the manifestation of what that quote means. All right. So we got a couple more things to get to before we bounce up out of here. And it has been a blast. Again, this is Patrice and Willie. Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions, and we're talking to Coach Christianne about a whole bunch of stuff, but we're having a whole lot of fun doing it. So we thank her for joining us. All right. So here is the one thing that I should say the one thing. Here is one of the final things that we're going to ask you about. It is encouraging words. Give us some encouraging words, some final encouraging words before we shut this particular episode down.
Never give up. Don't give up, because you don't know what's on the side. All right. Like I said, I was super, super depressed, right? And I didn't know where I was going to go next. I never lost faith. I kept speaking to my higher power. Just don't give up. Don't give up, because there's always another day. And if you learn things from the past, right? When you learn to look at the lessons and everything from the negative things, there's always a positive that you can find. Don't give up. A lesson is a blessing, right? So like if you're learning something from that negativity, that's a blessing in itself. And then you can learn not to do that again moving forward.
I might have to steal that one.
A lesson is a blessing.
You're gonna steal it. I need to copyright my stuff. Shoot.
Yeah, that's why, yeah, exactly. That's why I put my name on everything. Because if I hear somewhere else, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, exactly. All right. Babe, any other final questions or comments for Coach Christianne?
Where can people find you?
Oh God, I need to change my name, guys. But for right now, it's that chick, W the glasses. That chick, W the glasses, on all platforms. I am working on my business accounts as we speak. And it's probably going to be Shadow Queen Coaching, because we talk a lot about the shadow, guys. A lot about the shadow. So yeah, that chick, W the glasses, everywhere.
I like that chick
For
with
now.
the glasses.
I am the chick with the glasses. So I mean,
when I saw that, I was like, does she really believe that she is the only chick out here with glasses?
That chick.
I'm that chick though. I'm that chick, not the chick.
This is
that
on
chick.
that.
Okay.
Oh,
She is
God.
her. She is her. Like the athletes say, I'm him. I'm him. She is her, right?
That's copyrighted too.
Yeah, exactly. Copyright.
All right. So we're gonna get up out of here, but before we do that, we have to let everybody know that we gotta pay the bills. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Of course. Always.
Right. Here we go.
Are you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of your next step in life? It's time to take charge with Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions. I'm Patrice Epting, and alongside Willie, we're certified life coaches here to guide you through life's toughest challenges.
Whether it's mental health, relationships, or shifts in mindset, we'll help you discover your purpose and move forward with confidence.
Life doesn't have to hold you back. Take the leap with Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions.
Schedule your free consultation today by calling 469-358-5241.
That's my jam.
That's right. You're not alone.
That's right. You're not alone.
You can find us on TikTok. You can find us at all different platforms. But just remember, for those of you that are listening, you don't have to do it by yourself.
I couldn't have put it any better way. I could not have put it any other way. All right. Well, guess what, guys? It's time to go. So with that being said, you're welcome anytime. Don't even worry about it. You can come back anytime.
I had so much fun.
And if you want to start your own podcast, we can help you with that.
Oh, that would be so much fun. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So
yeah, we can help you with that.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
For Coach Christianne, for Coach Patrice, I am Coach Willie. We're gonna bounce. It is time to go. Y'all make sure y'all take care of each other. Y'all love each other. Y'all hug each other, and most importantly, don't jump. And we'll see y'all again on the field. Peace. Out.
Bye.